1924.
1924. Yeah, 1924.
6 February. See.
Okay, yeah, I know that. I know, 6th of
Yes.
February.
I was in the field, was lovely sunshine, you see.
Yeah.
I remember this year. And I see afternoon, there was one plane coming, another one, duk, 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 shooting. I thought, oh, maneuvers, you see, some
Yeah.
maneuvers. I didn't realize that because when I come home about 4 or 5 o'clock, ooh, ooh, and they said the German coming, you see. But they didn't do nothing. You had to stay indoors, otherwise you'd be shot, you see. So after we went in the neighbor's cellar, you see.
In the neighbor's
night.
cellar to hide, yeah.
But after 2 days it was all quiet, you see, because
Yeah.
Germans passed
They
by.
passed him through.
Yes. '42.
1942. Do you remember what date
Uh,
or month?
Yes, December.
December
7
1942.
December. I
7th.
think. Yes.
And how old were you?
18.
18 years old. Wow.
See?
And they took you when you were living in Pocinia.
I
Yeah.
wasn't living in Pshida.
Oh, where were you living?
Living in the village.
In a village near?
Kryry, 12 kilometers from Pshida. August went before me.
Before you, yeah.
They took him, he was in the Russian. He was wounded by the Russian. And after they took me, but August was 3 years older than me. Risha was 1 year older than me,
Yeah.
but they took him after me, you see,
Okay.
because I think he was not quite fit straight away, you see,
Yeah.
was something wrong, you see, but they took him up there, you see. If the mother was, they classified her, they give the group 3, that means you are pro-German. They can take the children under 21 to the army. Who was over 21, they couldn't take them to the army because there was not class, and under the mother
Yeah.
who was under 21 was mother was responsible for them, you
Yes.
see.
Oh, okay.
If something happened, they take the mother, you see. Lignitz, Lignitz Fidilier Kaserne. Yeah, it was new kaserne in there, see. And I was Pepans, is the, like, in the gun where they shoot the tanks, things like this, you see.
Oh, we're inside the tank,
Yes.
shooting the gun.
Yes.
That was your job?
Yes, and machine gun as well. I was very good in shooting. The lieutenant said, you have, go in the canteen, you have free drink for going with shooter. He said, go on, I never went in there.
Oh, okay. Too scared.
Yeah, the officer, German officer was very nice, you see. They have to be kind to the people what come from Poland, you see.
Because they're going to fight
Yes,
for the Germans.
Oh yes, they make them very welcome, you see. Oh yeah, they have to be kind to us, so otherwise could have rebellion. I went to Dieppe, France. Yeah, we went right to the, not far from Calais, it was Dieppe, you see.
Yeah.
There was big bridge up there, but open up.
Yeah.
If some ship coming, after shut up, you see.
Yeah.
We have to be somebody to be present. So midwife and doctor can pass in, but nobody else.
Yeah,
you
of
have
course.
to stop anybody else to get through there, see. I see the English and American invading France into France. I see them all. All the hundreds of aeroplanes all going, see. And I see, yes, and every afternoon there was American plane, heavy plane, And the fighter in between, they all went to Germany, put their bombs on Germany. And the English, when it was retreating, they coming about 3 or 4 of them,
Yeah.
and coming down like this, you see, went up and this. After another one coming down, you see, and shooting at us, you see. Oh, there was fighting everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't move, because if you move, the next one could see you, so you have to hide, you see. Oh yes, you couldn't move up there. We were just waiting in case England, America invaded, you see.
Okay.
We was waiting for them, you see. But when they come after we was all disturbed to pieces, they sent us back to Aschaffenburg, regrouping, you see.
Yeah.
And they gave us a few days holiday.
Yeah.
I went home already. And when I was home, they said the Russian was not far from here. Was
Yeah.
already Russia advancing, you see. So we went back to Jülich, Dieren, and was up there, America, all the artillery.
Yeah.
And we was hiding, put the head in the head. I wanted to get shrapnel on my back. I wanted to get shrapnel
So you could leave.
they would take me away from. But America with the
Bomb.
tanks
Yeah.
and the soldiers in between,
Yeah.
Germany didn't have nothing. In
Yeah, that was the end, right?
They was finished. Near Holland, I was taken prisoners of war somewhere in here. And a small place that was Chilbich, see. So we surrendered up, they took us hands up and running. Oh, they broke. It was on my 21st birthday, I was taken prisoners of war.
So 6th of February 1945.
Yes, and this was my happiest day in my life. It was somewhere in Cherbourg, I think, somewhere in France, I think.
In France? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
they took us up there. When the Americans speak Polish, who come on, step out, and then my English friend said, don't go, she said, otherwise you have to go back to war, you see. I
Yeah.
remember as two boys,
Yeah.
they said, don't go up there. We got a little bit bread,
Yeah.
and if you had a tin up there tied up, you got a little bit soup, that's all what you got.
Soup
all
as
day,
well.
you see.
Okay.
And there was dig out a big lump of wood, you sit on the wood and shit in there. If you fall down, you finish.
That's it, you go fall into the poo, don't you?
Oh yes, I don't know if I get this shit. And they were brought a bit food up there. Everybody was so hungry. I remember
Yeah.
somebody was scraping the tin up there, you see. They kept us so we wouldn't die from hunger. You
Of
see.
course. You hear
Yes,
them.
and they asked, do you know any factories in Germany? You see, they ask us. I said, I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
They find out where to put the bombs in there. See. There was barbed wire, and behind there was another lot, prisoners of war.
Yeah.
And behind the wire was my neighbor. I couldn't believe it. I was pissed because England, America was our friends, you see.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yes, so once I took us to American England, you see,
Yeah.
we was free, you see,
Mm-hmm.
because we knew we are in good hands.
So you got married in 1951.
Yes, that's it, yeah.
When did you meet Nan? What year?
What, yeah?
Did you meet her in 1951 as well?
No, couple of years before.
Before.
see.
Okay, so 48 maybe, 1948.
Yes.
49, okay. All except for one. Which one died?
Richard.
Richard.
Richard. Okay.
he was married and I don't think he see his son because I think the son was born when he was in the army, you see.
Yeah.
And after the war, my older brother August, he befriended his wife, you see, Richard's wife, and he got married with her, you see.
Yeah.
See? See, my father was in the First World War in German army as well. Before the First World War, we was under German. My parents was going to German school because Poland was divided between Russia, Germany and Austria, you see. After the First World War, they said to the England, America and France that was in charge, you see, and they said to Poles, you have to fight for your freedom. They gave them the arms, everything, and they pushed the Russian out, they put the German out, you see, and they made the Poland free again. They are together now. Europe should be together, no more fighting. See?
Yeah, of course.
That's the story.
That's the story. It's a big story.
Now you are quite full up, you see. You got to know lots of stuff, you see, now.
That's good.
No more, I can tell you no more now.
Okay. Dinner time.
See?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Singen, open your mouth. How can you open your mouth if you don't know the song of that?